So today, the thing I want to talk about with you is one indicator that you can use to understand if you're getting a good value for hiring an agency. This is one thing that the agency should always do for you when you hire them. So this is very important to do. On Facebook, there's multiple different digital assets that you have on Facebook. You've got a personal account, you've got a business account, okay, that you have to have a personal account to access your business one. Then you have your ad account as well, and you can actually have multiple ad accounts. You can have multiple business pages for different locations, different types of businesses you have, lots of reasons to do that. One of the things that Facebook has built is what's known as Facebook Business Manager, or now it's called Business Suite. It's this whole back-end piece that allows all of your business pages and your ad accounts to be managed in one location, in one central spot. You can control your payment information, credit card numbers, control your user access to all of your assets. So this is an important distinction to look for when you hire an agency, is if they're going to do Facebook marketing, whether it's managing your page and or ads, you want to ask them, how are you going to set up that access? What do we have to do so that you have to get that set up properly so you can do it? And if they just say, oh, what I want you to do is I'm just going to go on to your business page and set myself up as an admin, and then that's all we have to do. We don't have to do anything else. Or I just need an admin to your ad account only and nothing else, then they can do that. That is one way to do it. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad way to do things, but there's a better way to do it. And this is designed to help you as a business owner maintain better control over your digital assets. From our perspective, you should have full control over your digital assets. That is a very important thing as a business owner. They're yours. We're just using them in behalf of you, but they're yours. And we want to make sure that the control and access is set up so that you have full access and control of it, basically. So that's an important distinction to make. Sometimes the agencies will want to, if they want to come in and take control of your assets so that they control them and you don't necessarily have full control, that's a bad sign. That is a very bad sign. Never ever get into that situation, ever. If they can take over all of your assets and don't give you access to them, then that's dangerous because they can block you out, they can say whatever they want, they can take over your page, they can rebrand it to something else, they can do whatever they want. So you can completely lose everything in that situation if you're not careful. So I do not recommend that. I recommend you have access to the usernames and passwords. Even if they're setting up a new site, like setting up an Instagram or a Twitter account or something like that, you should have the username and passwords for that. In fact, it would ideally be best if you have an email address and you can set up a free Gmail account to set it up, and you tell them, I want this email address to be the backup email for all of my social sites. So all your notifications will come to one email. Then if they have a password reset, it comes to that email that you control. So that'll help you to maintain those controls. You should have an agency that's not going to make you worry about any of that. That'll help take care of all that for you, give you the usernames and passwords, and make that better for you. So this is one way to understand whether you're working with a good agency or not. What you should be doing, and what they should be doing for you, is when you get into Facebook, you should have this thing called Facebook Business Manager. It's now being changed over to be called Business Suite. It's this entire back-end piece where you have all of your business pages connected to it. You have all of your ad accounts connected to it, your payment information. All this stuff is connected through the Business Suite. From there, you can control who has access to what. And you can deny access to things and give them access, whatever you need to do. But it allows you as the business owner, to make sure that you have control and access of all of your digital assets for Facebook. So what the agency should be doing is helping you to set up your business manager if you don't have it set up, and get all of your assets controlled through that, and help you. So that what happens is you have control over all of that through your account. Then what they do is they should have their own business manager account set up as well. And then you go into the partner list in your business manager, you set them up as a partner, so that now they have access to only the certain properties you want them to have access to. So if you have 3 Facebook pages and they'll need access to 1, you set them up as a partner and you grant that partner access to that business page. And that's it. And then they will worry about managing their team access from there. The beauty is if you decide that something's gone really wrong and you don't want them to touch your stuff, you just log into your business manager account and just go to that partner and say, remove them. And it takes all their access away instantly. So that allows you as the business owner to stay in control of your Facebook properties, basically. So what we recommend is the agency should help you set that up. And then they will get the partner access for their ability to go in and do the work. So they shouldn't necessarily be using your access to go in and do the work. Although that's a simpler, easier way to do things, it's not the better way to do things. So we want to make sure it's done right. So the other common way that an agency will do things is they'll just say, well, I just want to be set up as an admin on your business page. We don't need to worry about all the other hoopla. And while that does work, you can set up the admin rights. They have admin rights to your page. They can do stuff on there and so forth. It's simpler, it is easier, but really they should be doing it through the business manager ideally. That's the way that Facebook wants them to do it. So it does take a little bit more work, a little bit more effort to do, but that's going to help you as a business owner make sure that you can maintain access. Now, setting up the access as an admin to your page, like I said, it still works, but the thing you have to realize is as an admin on the page, they can turn your access off and change your access just as much as you can theirs, because in Facebook you're seen as somewhat equal, with the exception that if you've set up the page, then your email address is a primary email address with that page. So you'll get notifications of things, and that will help you to at least maintain some access to the page itself. So the problem though is that they can change access and they can do other things. So if you set up through the business manager account, it just puts them, while they can still have full admin rights to your page, it does mean that they can't change who else is an admin on the page that's not inside their own company already. So for our clients, we set up that so that we have a partner connection through Business Manager. Then we can control which part of our team sees what, but I can't change who's owning what on the client end. That allows the client to stay in control of what's going on. So I know this has probably never been explained to you as a business owner, but this is the thing to always watch for. So if you already have an agency that's working with you, go figure this out. I have to admit that most businesses just freak out over this kind of stuff and they don't want to do any of it. And so they just literally rely on us to be honest and do it, which we are, thankfully, so we do it right. But there are sometimes problems with other agencies that I've heard, and we've ran into this where we've had companies that said, hey, I'm trying to transition to a new agency, but the old agency is not letting go of my pages. That's going to cause a problem. Or if you had a partnership and you split the partnership, or you have an employee that set up your Facebook page, but now they've quit and moved on, and now nobody has the access rights to that page, there's all kinds of problems that can happen. So just realize, as a business owner, you want to have full admin access to all of your digital assets. You want the usernames and passwords to everything, and especially when it comes to Facebook, you want to have the business manager and connect everything through it, not on the page directly, but through Business Manager. That's where you want to have that control to help you out. That'll make it easier for you to stay in control and not have people take over your sites. Okay, so that's a very important principle. So just pay attention to that when you talk to agencies. That is important to have the full Business Manager suite set up. Ads will go through there, and you can't run ads without having Business Manager set up anyways. So if you're going to have them help you with ads, then this has to be done for that purpose, and all the data has to be entered in. It's playing Facebook's rules the way they say to have them played so that you can have as best experience as possible using Facebook. So this is a quick tip to help you making sure that you can have a good experience